Hello beautiful people, so this is another video where I talk about my journey in going paperless. So the last video I did was I think 6 months ago, or even more, probably 7 months ago, back in March or April, and that was when I shared with you guys how it was going with going paperless with just a phone. If you want to see that video, it's in my IG stories. If you're watching it on my YouTube, I'll also link it down below. So after that, sometime in April, I think it was sometime after I uploaded that video, I ended up getting myself a mini iPad after taking a significant amount of time to look at all the possible options. I did consider like a full-blown size iPad. I considered other form of tablets as well, like the Samsung Galaxy Tab and everything. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but why didn't you invest in a big iPad or like a iPad Air, like the normal size one where you get a bit more screen? And I realized that what I needed was actually something that I could carry around, that I would actually carry around. So it needed to be like a notebook size. So I think this is the perfect size. It's a perfect size to fit into like handbags. I don't actually do full-blown work on here. I mainly do my notes, my to-do list, as well as like when I review documents. And honestly, I think my life has changed a lot because of this iPad, especially because of the whole COVID situation and working from home situation. I could almost say that I've actually gone completely paperless since I got the iPad. At least I got it in silver, I think. I'm not gonna take it out. And I decided to get a full cover because I didn't get like a tempered glass. I got like those covers, the paper-like cover for my iPad, so that when you write on it, it feels like you're writing on paper. It does make writing on the iPad way more comfortable than without having the paper-like cover. And also because I can like get it to stand this way or this way, however I feel like it's comfortable for me to write or to watch or to read anything on my iPad. I have decorated with some stickers I got from Typo, but that's not the key part of this review. So along with the iPad, I decided to get an Apple Pencil, which fits here into the part here in the cover. You don't have to get an Apple Pencil for it to work with the iPad. I bought my sister a Apple Pencil that was like that had palm rejection over Shopee, and I think it was like less than 100 ringgit. It set you back around 400 ringgit 16 cents, I think. 16 cents, 416 ringgit, which is a lot, but I think there's a lot of things that you can do now with the Apple Pencil on your iPad and iPad mini. So this is a recent update that Apple had for its pencil in the new iPad OS, and that has, I think, convinced me a bit more that buying the Apple Pencil might be worth it. The feature that I'm talking about is basically the writing to text feature that Apple now has with its pencil. And essentially I'm going to show you guys here. So you can just write, and the iPad will automatically notice that you're writing in using your pencil, and it will transfer it into text. So I can say search here, search Amira, for example, and it will show search Amira. And you can like cross things out, you can move, you can select things by crossing them or by circling them. Last time when I did it on my phone, I shared with you guys the different apps that I found super helpful to help me take notes. And I'm going to talk about the ones that I found super useful on my iPad. And I actually mentioned this app in the last video. I didn't elaborate because I didn't get it then. I finally got the GoodNotes 5. And honestly, I think that has been also a major app that has enabled me to achieve the goal of not having to use paper anymore. And so I'm just going to walk you through what GoodNotes look like. So what I love about GoodNotes is, first, you can organize things by files. So I think the work folder that I use the most for my work folder. So on notebooks, so the creation of the notebooks is pretty easy. You just tap new, and you can choose to either have like a whole notebook, which is what I usually do, or you can create a new folder, or you can start with an image or scanned documents, or you can even import like a document from your folders if you have like documents that are already printed out and you want to put notes on, or you can have like a quick note if you're like having a quick idea and stuff like that. I don't use quick note feature as much because I usually have some like different notebooks that I already want to put things in already. So and if you want to create a notebook, you can change the title of the notebook here. You can also change the cover. They have different various covers, and you can change the orientation of your book, whether it's portrait or landscape. Most of my notebooks are in portrait mode or portrait layout. They have really pretty covers, and you can also choose like different paper styles, like accounting, grid, or if you want to write music, or if you want to have planners or calendars. Almost everything that you can find in GoodNotes. But I also like to just kind of look online for different templates which are already pretty. Like A Soul, I think, no, and I saw A Hong is one of the YouTubers that does kind of monthly journals, and I use her template for it. So I'm going to show you one of the notebooks that I can actually share. One thing that I like about it as well is you can upload photos, and I just use like different photos as my covers instead of the covers that GoodNotes have. This is a notebook that I have on my capsule wardrobe. I am currently in the process of building capsule wardrobe, and if you follow my Instagram, you know that I'm starting off with the Project 333 thing to kick off this whole capsule creation thing. And I have a cover that I drew with like a nice quote from Coco Chanel. Put pictures in here, which I think is super cool because then I can have like a Pinterest board style kind of combination or collages if you want. You can also change the dark or light backgrounds. Yeah, so these are most of the list of the clothes I have. This is the list that I have specifically for Project 333. These stickers I actually got from A Hong that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, and my work notebook as well, as you can see now on screen, I use my work cover. So this is my social media. I have stuff like my script or content planning, which tends to be kind of like just random ideas that I jot down. Yeah, sometimes things get crossed out, things don't work out, but I have a list of things that I want to upload or like ideas that I want to do, so I'll just put them down in my content planning. And then I have a storyboard notebook as well here, as you can see, and I essentially storyboard for my video ideas. And what you're seeing now on the screen is actually the very rough sketch of the storyboard I had for this video. You can also load up documents into your notebook and you can write notes. So here I have my Korean language, and what I've done here is I've essentially uploaded content from a book that I have, and I can do the exercises here. I can do the questions that they have here. These are just mainly words that you should know, your first 500 words in Korean. So just a template of like notes that I like to use, which is this one. So it looks like you have sticky notes on your notes. You can choose, you can just select crop, and you can even like freehand crop it so it doesn't have to be like a straight square shape. And then you have a piece of note that you can write on. And yeah, if I write stuff on there, I think it will move. There's so many more good tutorials on GoodNotes, so I'm not going to bore you guys here. So that's all for today's video. This was definitely a good investment to make on my side, and honestly, looking back at the cost of it, and seeing that I'm going to be using it for the next couple of years, and hopefully it lasts for the next couple of years, I think it's super worth it.